Hi, Jerry. So next week's the big day, and you're going to be heading back home. How you feel about it?
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of nervous about this. This is the first time being with my family and really in my 25 years of marriage, being sober and facing the realities of every day.
Wow. Tell me a little bit more about it specifically. Any particular relationship that's really kind of weighing on you that you're nervous about going back home to?
Well, certainly the relationship with my wife has been strained over the last several years because of my behavior. So how I deal with that now, well, I hope that the tools that I've learned are going to be able to translate into everyday life.
Well, that's a common fear for most people that are going back home after treatment. So let's talk a little bit about how you can alleviate some of that anxiety and fear going home.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Micah Robbins with Beach House Center for Recovery. Today we're going to be discussing the footage we just saw of our puppet friends. And with me today is my colleague,
Jessica Aloise.
Excellent. Welcome, Jessica. And our first scenario is with our friend Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Great hair.
Great brows.
Absolutely. And the scenario he has is that this is for the first time in his 25-year marriage, he's going to be dealing with his wife and family sober.
Mm-hmm.
He has some apprehension.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the things that Jerry's experiencing right now?
He's nervous and anxious about what that's going to look like. He doesn't know what it's going to look like. He hasn't lived that life with his family yet. So he's got a lot of the worries and the concerns of the unknown. Very natural, very normal, common fear that a lot of clients that are leaving treatment and going home are going to experience. So it's important for him to know that that's all okay, and we're here to support him. Now, you know, the family is going to be probably experiencing it on their level as well. They're going to have a lot of concerns and fears about what to expect when their loved one comes home. Unlike Jerry, who's had a lot of support through therapists and groups and peers, it's likely that their loved ones, his wife in this case, is probably not getting as much support. So it's very important that the loved one know that this is what to expect. It's very normal. That when someone's undergoing a transformation like this one, and hopefully your loved one's been committed to their treatment and they've been working really, really hard. So if it's working, they're hopefully going to have some really serious changes in their behavior, and that's a really great thing. But obviously that's going to change the dynamics in the relationship. So I think it's really important for their loved ones to understand that it's not a bad thing. It's to not be reactive to it, to be patient, and to remain hopeful, and to practice self-care, and allow this person to come home, not make any rash decisions about however the interactions are. If they're awkward, oh, okay, you know, that's okay. They may be awkward, right? If that's probably a good sign if there's some differences and some changes and shifts. Hopefully they're moving the relationship in a good, healthy direction, but with any change, there's going to be some fears there. So it's really important for both the family, and in this case, Jerry's wife, and Jerry both know that it's okay, and it's most likely temporary, and to just make sure that each one of them are working on how they're going to cope and deal with that unfamiliar territory and the emotions that are going to come up, and to not be reactive, and just to get really educated on, you know, buzzwords like codependency and learning about healthy boundaries, so that we don't spew and, you know, become overly dependent on other people for our emotional needs and stuff like that, because that could definitely be detrimental for Jerry coming home if he feels this overwhelming sense of responsibility to be a certain way.
So when Jerry goes home, this is more for the wife and the family. What are some things that they can do to prepare for his return?
Well, hopefully while Jerry's in treatment, the family is interacting with a therapist, because it's strongly encouraged that there's a strong family component. And that is because they need to be getting educated on addiction, and also, you know, the aspects of recovery for aftercare and what that's going to look like moving forward for Jerry when he goes home. So it's important for them to be learning about codependency, healthy boundaries, specifically emotional boundaries, things like that, so that when they get home, it's not like Jerry just he's been here learning all of these healthy tools and doesn't just get thrusted back into this environment that hasn't really shifted or changed. that hopefully the family is also working on being as healthy as they can possibly be also. That will help Jerry.
Absolutely. And the other part, in that expectation that you're talking about, that expectation of Jerry's cured, or Jerry, it's going to be perfect now.
Yeah.
You don't want to have those false expectancies.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I mean, we're talking 30, 60, 90 days along with Jerry. It's been, what, 20-something years that he's been using. So, you know, he's progressing, he's moving in a really healthy direction, but it's not fair to kind of put this expectation that he's going to come back and be this, you know, perfectly healed individual. You know, he's going to have rough days, he's going to have times where he's struggling with anxiety, and there's going to obviously be relationship issues that are going to come up. So it's important that they be realistic about what the expectations are when Jerry returns home. And that's why I think interacting with the therapist while they're in treatment is very, very beneficial.
And do you recommend, or do you see a lot of, especially couples that have gone through this, to continue their work together once they're on the home front?
Part of a strong aftercare, if all parties are invested, would be to do family or marriage counseling. It's also really important for their loved ones to do Al-Anon, so to get their own support network. You know, your loved one will hopefully be doing some kind of support group of their own, so it's very important for their family to also have a support group to go to. So
that toolkit that Jerry's been building, he's going to keep adding those tools and adding those tools for his family as well.
Of course.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you, Jessica. I hope that our viewers out there enjoyed this little production. We hopefully will see our friends again soon. But remember, if you or your loved one needs support, please reach out. Jessica brought it up again. The key is communication. Communicating what you need to be healthy and safe is the most important. So again, thank you for watching. We hope to see you soon.